In a full moon night with a little rain, a ship is sailing at the Janggangsura River. A man with a cap made of hay was in his scouting duty in the mountain. The man see an old man in a white dress sitting beside the river bank in lotus position. The man shout at the old man and rushed towards him and placed his sword on the neck of the old man. The man said the old man to go somewhere else and don't make things difficult for him. The old man suddenly speak up saying he is finally coming, and told the man to leave this place because a fight will occur here, and if he gets caught in this fight he will die. By hearing this, the man thought that the old man has gone insane. Afterwards the old man stand up and take a fighting position. Then a huge golden color human with wings emerge from the old man's aura. At the meanwhile the ship has reached near a river bank. A muscular man with a long red hair and a sword in his hand jump from the ship and starts to walk on the water surface. As the red-haired man starts to walk towards the land, the old man shout and said his place will turn into a wasteland, and told the man standing beside him that this is the last chance, hurry and leave this place. After seeing the red-haired man, he quickly recognized him as Pagam John, Yukguk Shin. A black beast-like creature was emerging from the red-haired man's aura, and it was much bigger than the golden angel. When the old man's and red-haired man's aura clashes, a tornado occurs. The old man made the first move, BT Pagam John dodged it and launched a powerful slash towards the old man. But the old man take the attack head on and lost one of his arm to save the man beside him. Then Pagam John said to the old man, you give the arm for a man you just meet, you are going easy, and told him to show this real power. The old man said as expected, you can feel inner power, and the arm of the old man regenerated, and the old man starts to show his full power. Then the golden angel spread its wing and become bigger than the black beast. And they started to fight. After some moves the old man gives his powerful shot and shatters the ground with on sign of Pagam John. The man beside him thought Pagam John is defeated and questions himself about the identity of the old man. But Pagam John avoided the huge attack successful and quickly gets behind the old man. As the old man noticed Pagam John's presence, it was too late for him, and Pagam John sliced the old man's 2 hands and 1 leg. But the old man quickly regenerated his parts and slashes Pagam John's body. The old then created a sword out of his inner power. The fight between them went on for 8 rounds. After 8 rounds of fighting, it seems to be that the end is nearing soon. The old man is in every bad shape, barely able to regenerate his cut-off arms and legs. On the other hand, Pagam John is not very much hurt. The old man starts saying to Pagam John, you don't fear the Mount Wa. Are you thinking to go against Mount Wa? But Pagam John laughed and said, if you have no sword techniques to show, I will kill you respectful. The old man then put down the bag that his disciple gave and bring the inner sword to his hand for the last round. On the other hand, Pagam John also prepared his most powerful attack. They both clashes their final attack. After a while we can see that Pagam John is succeeded in his attack and make a huge hole on the old man's chest, and the fighting come to an end with Pagam John as the victor. Then the old man fall on the ground, and in his last breath he was thinking of his beloved disciple Pung Ya. The story continue after 2 years. We can see Pung Ya grown up. He was taking to some children and was walking on the street. As the martial arts competition is near, the current sect leader of Mount Wa, Chan Wa, along with his disciples has come to the street for announcement. There Pung Ya meet his senior Wa Yuan. His senior tells him that as a long time has passed since Shun Yun, the master of Pung Ya, has died. He offered Pung Ya to become a disciple of his senior master, but Pung Ya respectfully declined his offer and said that he will follow his master's path. Then they said their farewell to each other. As Wa Un was going, he tells Pung Ya that strange things occur near the entrance at night time, and also told him to be careful. Then at the night a lady with a casket come at the entrance of the Mount Wa. Afterwards we can see that Pung Ya was meditating in his room and he felt murderous intent coming from far away. He get with his sword up and CILMBS on a hill to see the condition of the sect, but he was surprised to see that the sect is on fire and intruders are killing the sect disciples. An intense fighting was going on and both the sides are losing their members. Gak, an elder of Mount Hua, is single-handedly killing the intruders and raised the morale of the sect swordmen. Then suddenly a chain come out of nowhere and hit one of the disciples standing beside Gak. A huge muscular man with a chain around his neck come in front of Gak. The elder was not feeling any inner energy from the man. He felt that this man is dangerous and if he does not kill him quickly the diet of his disciples will increase. So he quickly attacked the man. The man dodged all of his attacks and kicked him in the face, but the elder somehow managed to stuck the sword in the man's chest and killed him. Gak felt relief by killing the man. But a lady Ringa and 4 undead human beings come in front of Gak. Gak then asked the lady for the reason of doing this. But the lady does not answer him and asked him about the whereabouts of the 4 directional divine swords. Then we can see Pung Ya has reached to the sect, but he saw all the swordmen of Mount Hua was lying dead in the floor. The intruders saw Pung Ya and was about to attack him. Pung Ya also prepared himself to fight with the intruders. Pung Ya unleashed a sword technique of the Mount Hua sect and attacked the intruders. As Gak was not answering the question of the lady again rang the bell and the 4 undead men jumped towards the disciples of Mount Hua and guarded them. The lady then threatens Gak. If he does not tell her about the whereabouts of the 4 divine swords she will kill the disciples. At first Gak persisted and don't want to answer her question. But as the lady rang the bell again and the undeads were about to attack, Gak shouted to stop and tell the lady about the location of the 4 divine swords. Now as the lady know the whereabouts of the sword she orders her undeads to destroy everything. Afterwards we can see Pung Ya is fighting with the 3 intruders and he was giving a hard time to the intruders. So the intruders get annoyed and starts to attack seriously and breaks Pung Ya's wooden sword. The intruders continues their attack as Pung Ya lost his sword. He was unable to attack and was dodging all the attacks from the intruders. But suddenly Pung Ya was able to see the weak points of the intruders. Then he remembers the teaching of his masters. He then regains his confidence and start to attack the enemy. He throw the broken sword at the enemy as delusion and attacked the enemy's weak points and defeated them. He then recalls that the inner power techniques that his master has taught him is very useful. As the battle was over, Pung Ya sensed immense amount of killing intent from the main hall of Mount Hua. The lady has brought out all the 4 divine swords and collected them in one place. In the meantime the master of Mount Hua Heng has come and told the lady to leave the treasures of Mount Hua and quickly leave. He also asked her who he gets here as this hall is protected by 1 yun. The lady answered that 1 yun didn't last 20 seconds and the elder's blood was very satisfying for her ghouls. By hearing the death of an elder, Master O Heng gets angry and starts his attack. The lady rang the bells and the 4 ghouls attack the master. In the meantime Pung Ya has reached the hall and saw that Master O Heng is fighting the ghouls. Master O Heng also noticed Pung Ya and told him to distracted the ghouls for a moment. As the master's word, Pung Ya run towards the ghouls and try to attack it, but he fail and gets hit by the ghoul chain. Master O Heng then quickly defeated the ghouls that was fighting him and rushed to attack the ghoul that was distracted by Pung Ya. He tried to attack the ghoul but the dodged and the attack fell on the wooden box. The wooden box gets broken and a sword flies from the box and land in front of Pung Ya. Pung Ya see the sword and quickly recognize it as a treasure of Mount Hua. As Pung Ya was to touch the sword, Master O Heng shout not to touch it. As his inner power is low, he will die in a second if he touches it. But it was too late as Pung Ya has already take the sword in his hand. Pung Ya's eyes turns blue and his heart starts to beat faster. The lady become confused to see Pung Ya in this state. As Pung Ya stand up with the sword in his hand, his aura has turned into a big white tiger and his face has the same stripes as the tiger. As Pung Ya take the sword, a blue light covers the whole palace. The lady noticed the spirit of the divine white tiger and was amazed to see that a mere disciple was able to harness the true power of the White Emperor of the West. She then quickly orders her ghouls to eliminate the boy. As her order, the 3 ghouls rushed to attack the Pung Ya. As Pung Ya see the ghouls coming towards him, he released his sword key and the ground shatters, killing all the ghouls. The lady was shocked that her ghouls were taken out in a single attack. Master Oh Hang noticed something was going wrong and tried to stop Pung Ya. But Pung Ya lost his mind and attacked the master. Master Oh Hang then told him to put down the sword and regain his sense, or else his bones and flesh will dissolve by the white tiger. But Pung Ya was already been taken over by the white tiger spirit. Pung Ya then attacks Master Oh Hang. Master Oh Hang shouted that if he is not able to wake up from the gasp of white tiger spirit, nobody is able to stop the rampage of the white tiger. The lady then sees an opening and tries to kill Pung Ya, but he noticed the lady's energy and attack her. The lady then blocked the attack with her side and take a step back, and attack him with her 2 sides and inflict a wound on Pung Ya. Pung Ya then slashed the lady and forced him to fall back. Pung Ya then fell on his knees and he feel that his vital energy has been drained because of the wound that the lady gave him. He also regained his consciousness and was not able to feel the energy of the white tiger. The lady see this and laugh and thinks that this is the best time to kill him. As she going to attack, Master of Sword of Nothingness, Mok Young Jin come and said to stop. As the lady see Young Jin, she orders her ghouls to take the other 3 divine swords and leave this place. The lady then mocks Young Jin, then the divine swords were stolen in front of his eyes and he able to do nothing. But Master Young Jin did not care but the lady's words and told Pung Ya to let go of the sword if he cannot control the sword's power. The lady gets angry by the ignorance of the Master Young Jin and unleashed her aura and tries to kill Pung Ya. As Master Young Jin was about to save Pung Ya, the deity of the Plum Blossom Sword, OK Hyo Jinin come and stop him and told him as the young disciple is struggling to handle his powers, even he falls into hardship, do not help him, and just watch and see that his fate will be. Pung Ya was able to bring out the full power of the white tiger and his hair turns white and eyes turns golden. His aura was manifested as a big white tiger much bigger than the lady's aura. A blue light covers the sky. Then we can see Pung Ya and his child from talking to his master. As his master bids him farewell, he wakes up and saw the 2 masters of Mount Hua. But Master Young Jin put his back to sleep by press his head. The masters of Mount Hua was shocked to see that he is still alive as his bones and flesh are being destroyed. Then Master Jinin tells that the white tiger spirit has accepted him as its master and told Young Jin to convene the council of elders. That they need to send Pung Ya along with the white tiger sword down the mountain. While Pung Ya was sleeping, in his dreams he heard a voice saying him to clear your mind and slowly feel the energy. Pung Ya then feel a strange but a familiar energy and in his dream he saw a huge white tiger. Then he wake up and saw that Master Jinin is beside him and was checking on his energy circulation. As soon as Pung Ya properly see the elder, he quickly sit and greets the elder. The elder then slimes at Pung Ya and asked him if he feels any discomfort or anything different than usual in his chest. Pung Ya answered that he is still confused about it but he does not feel any major discomfort. Then the elder tell Pung Ya about the white tiger spirit and was impressed to see that it does not clashes with Pung Ya's inner energy. The elder also asked Pung Ya if it is a secret technique that he learned from his master. He replied that it is indeed a technique that he learned from his master and the name of the technique is Purple Cloud's True Spirit. The elder then laughs and advises Pung Ya to follow his master's teachings even he has to go down the mountain. By hearing this, Pung Ya's face turns pale and he answered yes in a scared voice. The elder then shouted on Pung Ya that how dare he use the divine sword and a forbidden swordsmanship. Then Pung Ya quickly asked for forgiveness and wants a chance to resign. The elder said it is misunderstanding and he is not driving Pung Ya out. Rather he is giving him a very important mission to find the 3 divine swords. Pung Ya then goes to Master O Hang and asked him how can he do this task, but O Hang replied that it is decided by the council and he no right to do anything, and that he hand over the white tiger sword to Pung Ya and also give him a token of Mount Hua, and said by showing this token to the Siochian Hall they will support him with equipments. Master O Hang also give him a set of clothes and said his farewell to Pung Ya. Pung Ya then take the wooden box in his back and starts to walk down the mountain. He walked for a day and crossed many hills in a village, and in the night time he decides to take a rest in the woods. This is his first night spending in the martial world. While he was drinking water from a pond, a pack of wolves come in front of him. Pung Ya was scared to see so many hungry wolves approaching him. As Pung Ya removes the lid of the wooden box, a huge white tiger aura appears. By seeing this, the wolves run away. Pung Ya also said the white tiger sword for saving him. In the meanwhile, a guy with a long white hair and hood over his head comes before of Pung Ya and said him thanks for driving the wolves away, and also questioned Pung Ya that who was he able to scare the wolves. By seeing the man, Pung Ya know that he is not someone ordinary, as Pung Ya was unable to feel his presence at all. Pung Ya then replied the man that he don't know anything. But the man noticed that there is a great sword behind Pung Ya, and asked him if the sword was the one to drive the wolves away. The man then wishes to see the sword, but Pung Ya refused to show him. Then in a flash the man take the sword out and box and holds it in his hand. The man quickly recognizes the white tiger sword and says it is as the greatest of all the 4 divine swords. Pung Ya that tried to catch the man, but the man dodged and Pung Ya fell in the pond. The white hair man then says only the master of the white sword and touch the sword. The man also says that if the sword is touched by any other person, that person would go insane. This sword can take lives. As the man was talking, he noticed that Pung Ya has incredible inner energy. By seeing this, the man has taken interest on Pung Ya. The man then walks on the water and goes near Pung Ya and slashes the sword on the water. The water then goes and he says to Pung Ya to make a fire to cook the fish. Pung Ya was impressed by this and asked the man about his identity. The man identifies him as the supreme disciple of the white tiger sword. Pung Ya then calls the man as his master. The man then burst into laughs and said, "You are calling the man who steals your sword, master." The man that questioned Pung Ya, "Is the martial arts world amusing to you?" The man then says, "From now on, whenever the white tiger sword is seen, hordes of enemies and masters will come rushing. Will you accept all of them as your master?" He also says, "From the moment you step out of Mount Hua clan with the white tiger sword, both inside and outside are your enemies." Then we can see at Mount Hua sect, leader Qian Huajin orders his underlings to retrieve the white tiger sword from Pung Ya and kill him. The white hair man also says to Pung Ya that the news of the 4 divine swords will spread all over the martial arts world. The people will be targeting you for have the divine sword. Will you be able to endure all the trouble for having this sword, and stand above the world? By hearing the words of the man, Pung Ya was a little puzzled. But the man makes an angry face and says, "If you can lift this sword you have to go beyond the world." Pung Ya replied by saying yes. By addressing the man his master, Pung Ya said that he will follow all his commands. The man said Pung Ya not to call him master, as taking a disciple is very bothering, so he suggests Pung Ya to call him elder. The man then give the sword back to Pung Ya and said, "At first they will start from the basics of the sword." The elder then ordered Pung Ya to make food for him. He told Pung Ya to cut the fish with the sword. After that Pung Ya cut the fish. The elder also ordered Pung Ya to cut apples for him. Pung Ya shows great determination and does all tasks ordered by the elder. 3 days has passed. In this 3 days the elder noticed that Pung Ya's inner ki is as vast as the ocean, but it is as silent as a lake. The white sword does not suit Pung Ya's style. The elder ordered Pung Ya to catch 10 turkeys within an hour. The elder thought that Pung Ya will refuse to do the work, but Pung Ya rushed to the woods to catch the turkeys. The elder was impressed to see the determination of Pung Ya to learn from him. The elder then takes the sword in his hand and starts to mark something in the ground. At evening, Pung Ya come from his mission but was able to catch one turkey. The elder said he does not need the turkeys, and ordered Pung Ya where he is standing. Pung Ya saw some markings on the ground and asked the elder what is the marking about. The elder replied that this is called Yuljibik. The elder also accepts Pung Ya as his disciple. Pung Ya's new master then starts his first lesson called Jiamgung Hobo. This is a technique that draws enormous amount of energy from the white tiger sword. The master that starts to demonstrate the skill and told Pung Ya to watch closely. The master then stuck the sword in the ground and the marks start to light up. Master told Pung Ya that Geumganghobo emphasizes on attack rather than defense. He also starts to explain the movements. First, crouching like a predator hunting on its prey. Focus your inner power into your toe and wait for an opening. By saying this, the master starts to move at a very fast rate. The first step is to imagine. The second is to consider yin and yang energy in mind. The next is to run like a gust like a tiger. As the master jump, an enormous white tiger appears from his aura. Pung Ya seems to recognizes the tiger as the same tiger he saw when he was unconscious. The master continues his speech. If you follow the line, you can change direction smoothly. And when your body is full of inner power and your white tiger sword accepts it, you will notice yourself light enough to walk on water. The last step is right in front of the target is to crouch and focus your inner power into your toe and then eject all your energy like an explosion and end your target's lifeline with all that agility. The master then slashes the big tree into two. And then look at Pung Ya and throw the sword at him and said him to do the same. Pung Ya then picked the sword with great determination and starts to perform the technique. As Pung Ya was trying to perform the technique, by seeing the marks, Pung Ya remembers the day he fight with the witch that invaded the sect. Then we can see the fighting between Pung Ya and the witch. The witch attacks Pung Ya with 3 slashes, but Pung Ya easily deflected them. They both rushed to each other. Pung Ya released his third technique called the Strom of the White Tiger. As soon as he performed his third technique, the aura of the white tiger becomes enormous and slashes the witch. While Pung Ya was thinking about the past battle, the master then shouted at Pung Ya that what he is slacking about, and told him that if he is not confident enough he should leave the sword and leave. But to regain his senses and he rushed to perform the technique. As soon as he jumped, we can see a very small tiger aura, and he fell on the water and was unable to perform the skill. By seeing this, the master said, "Why did he jump suddenly? Because of the jump this ki got scattered, and that's why he fell into the water." Pung Ya replied that his sect told him not to learn other martial arts. This reply made the master mad, and the master said that the 4 divine swords belong to the volcanic sect and the techniques, Jiamgung Hobo, that he is learning is one of the techniques of the white tiger sword. The master also said that the reason that he can handle the white tiger sword is not for his experience, but the real reason is engraved in his blood. Why the white tiger choose him out of all the people in the continent? The master told him to think carefully about this and also told him not to limit himself. The master then stopped the conversation and was about to leave Pung Ya. But Pung Ya asked for forgiveness and told the master that he would master the Jiamgung Hobo technique. Then the next morning we can see that Pung Ya is trying to perform the technique but he is failing every time he tries. The master then instructs him to be careful when circulating ki, and to be aware of the angle of the joint where the force is applied. The master said him that it's not a theory and told him to practice harder. After many attempts, Pung Ya was unable to do the technique. The master gets angry and by watching Pung Ya training he fell asleep on the tree branch. The master wake up in the morning and saw that Pung Ya was sitting by the river, completely depressed. The master goes to Pung Ya and said, "So far you've only learned the Jiamgung Hobo. You still haven't learned how to apply the White Knight Chi technique to the Jiamgung Hobo." The master gets frustrated to see that it has been 3 days and Pung Ya was unable to master the technique that he should be able to master in a day. The master then said to Pung Ya that he has never seen a weak spirit guy like Pung Ya, and told Pung Ya to leave learning martial arts. Then the master decides to leave Pung Ya on his own, as he will not teach such a weak-spirited guy. Pung Ya was totally upset by this. While leaving, the master told Pung Ya to focus on mastering the technique, and after that they will meet again. As the master takes his leave, Pung Ya goes into deep thinking. He also hallucinate his past master. But Pung Ya was quick to catch on the reality, and he shows great trust in him and starts to move forward to his original mission of retrieving the divine swords. Pung Ya then put the white tiger sword in the box and take it on his back and starts his journey to the safe house of volcanic sect's private residence. We can see as Pung Ya was walking, two girls up from the hill noticed Pung Ya and the white tiger sword, and they started to follow Pung Ya. As Pung Ya was crossing a beautiful garden, he sensed a key from the hill and looks there, and he found no person. The two girls has suppressed their key and was able to trick Pung Ya. As he seems no unusual feeling, Pung Ya focus on this way. Pung Ya has come to a hill and sees the full view of the village ahead. Pung Ya then figures out that he has a long way to go before he reached the safe house. Pung Ya was feeling tired for carrying the box all the year. He then decides to take a rest in the village. Pung Ya was walking down the market street. All the people around him was looking at him because on his nice face. Pung Ya was distracted by this and he hit a old sitting on the ground. The old man scolded him for this, but Pung Ya quickly said sorry to the old man, and he introduced himself as the disciple of the volcanic sect. By hearing this, the old man starts bidding Pung Ya. Then we can see a tall, muscular guy with black clothes said to a man to move out of his way. The man then feel offended and unsheathed his sword and turned around to the guy. But by seeing the symbol of the guy's clothes, he recognized it as the symbol of volcanic sect's inspection UINT. The inspection UINT members then bid the man and leave the place. As soon the inspection unit goes, the old man stopped bidding Pung Ya and asked him if he is really from the volcanic sect. Pung Ya replied yes, and the old man holds a bowl in front of Pung Ya. Pung Ya then asked what is this for, and the man replied that this is his fee for fortune telling. Pung Ya then give a seon to the old man and starts to leave the place. While Pung Ya was leaving, the old man spoke up, and said to Pung Ya that the thing that he is carrying is not ordinary item. Pung Ya then gets confused and turned to the old man. The old said that whenever the white tiger sword is seen, destruction is bound to happen. Pung Ya then asked the old if the sword is god of destruction. The man replied that it is up to the wielder that wields the sword to decide for that. The man then wishes Pung Ya good luck in his path. The old man then give the coin back to Pung Ya and introduced him and Tong Ya and leaves by saying that they will meet again. After that, Pung Ya goes to an inn and rest there. In the evening, while Pung Ya was seeing the sunset, the lady that was following him comes to him and starts talking. They both talk for the while, and suddenly the lady asked Pung Ya, as he is from the volcanic sect, have he come for the Angabo matter? Pung Ya seems to be completely unaware of the situation of Angabo. The lady then told Pung Ya that the Angabo was attacked and was destroyed in a single night by the Ironclad clan from the Gangseo province. The lady also said that the 4C unifying world that is ran by the volcanic sect is also attacked to the brink of destruction. By hearing this info, Pung Ya goes to Angabo that night. While reaching there, he saw all the corpse laying on the ground. As Pung Ya was staring at the corpse and thinking how it all happened, he heard a voice asking him who is he. Pung Ya then looked at the roof and saw the inspection UINT guys. He then introduced him as Pung Ya, the disciple of the volcanic sect. The inspection UINT guys also introduced them as the chief disciple of the volcanic sect and compliment Pung Ya for handling the great white tiger sword. They also said Pung Ya to come with them as he will be a great help for the clan in the future. But Pung Ya feels their ominous aura and he had a gut feeling that if he goes with them he might die. So Pung Ya replied to the inspection unit guys that he has another mission of gathering the 4 divine swords. His reply makes the inspection guys angry, and one of them said that their clan leader said to kill him if he does not come with them. Then he ordered the other guys to attack him and kill him. The three of them surrounded Pung Ya and asked him one last time to come with them. Pung Ya was thinking that if he goes with them everything will be alright. But Pung Ya remembered Master Oh Hang's word and decided to stay on his mission. Afterward, one of the inspection guys starts to attack him. Pung Ya was able to dodge all of the Mon's attack, with the wooden box in his hand. This makes the other two guys surprised that Pung Ya was able to dodge the attack of the best swordsman among them. Pung Ya then take the white tiger sword out of the box. By seeing this, the man told Pung Ya to fight with all his might. By saying this, the man starts to attack Pung Ya seriously, and was able to make a cut on Pung Ya's face. The man then attacks continuously and make Pung Ya fly away with all his attacks. Pung Ya then gets up and he remembers the words of his master, that the white tiger sword is similar to the teeth of the beast. So instead of defending, attacking will be more appropriate. He also remembers that the Jiamgunghobo technique is also a technique for attacking. But as he did not master the Jiamgunghobo technique, he decides to use the triple attack Palm Blossom technique with Jiamgunghobo, and attacks the man with this. He lands a hit on the man and forced him fall backwards. This made the man very angry, and the man furiously attacks Pung Ya and make Pung Ya fall on the ground, and as the man was to kill Pung Ya with his last attack, suddenly a marble hits the Mon's sword and the man fell over. Pung Ya then see that the woman that he met in the inn come to saves him. The lady then told Pung Ya to follow her. Pung Ya then starts to run with the lady. The inspection unit guys also follow them. The lady then shots a marble at the man to slows them a bit. They have come at the river bank and they saw a boat in the river. The lady jumps and land on the boat and told Pung Ya to come to the boat quickly. Pung Ya then used his Jiamgunghobo technique and walk on the water and jumps, but he barely reached the boat, and the lady catch Pung Ya from falling in the water. Pung Ya then say thanks to the lady, and they see that the inspection unit guys has come and the two of them jumps to reach the boat. The lady then throws 2 marbles to the guys, and the 2 of them fell on the water. The lady then jumps in the water by saying Pung Ya to wait for her in the boat. As the lady leaves the boat, one of the inspection guys come to the boat. By seeing the guy Pung Ya sit in a splint position and pick the sword from the ground and attacks the guy with his Jiamgunghobo technique. The guy was able to block the attack, but his mask was cut in half. This made the guy mad and he launched a powerful attack at Pung Ya. As the attack was about to hit Pung Ya, the lady come out of the water and throw a marble to the man's head. The attack from the lady breaks the man's mask completely and the face of the man was revealed. The Mon's attack was also missed because of the lady. The man then said he will have to kill both of them as they saw his face. The lady then interrupts the man's speech by saying that his comrades will die from drowning if he wastes any more time. By seeing his comrades laying unconscious on the water, the man leaves the boat to save his comrades. As the man leaves the boat, the lady told Pung Ya to quick row the boat. As they find no paddles on the boat, the lady then told Pung Ya to use his sword as paddles and row the boat. Afterward, they quickly leave that place and come to a nearby village shrine for shelter. They lit a campfire and sit around it. The lady then told Pung Ya that they have to come early in the morning or else the inspection guys will follow their trail and will catch up to them. Pung Ya then asked the lady's name and the reason for helping him. The lady then diverts Pung Ya's question and told Pung Ya to sleep as they have to move soon. Then we can see in the morning the lady and Pung Ya was walking down the streets to hear people talking about the current affairs. The lady then said Pung Ya that as the situation is going, the Iron Knights League will be summoned, and if the Iron Knights League is convened, the other sects and the northern and southern provinces will form a prominent association. After saying, the lady told Pung Ya that the time has come for them to be part a ways. We can see at the Mudong sect, the sect master is training the disciples, but suddenly a disciple come in a bad shape and shout the master's name and then fall unconscious in front of the gate. The master then take the disciple from the ground. In the meanwhile, a red-haired lady with black and golden color armor enters through the gate by saying that Mudong is so crony. By seeing the lady, the master said in an angry face, "If she is the one that make his disciple like this." The lady ignored the master's words and asked for order from her general. Then we can see a guy sitting on a horse, with fully covered in armor, told the lady to wipe the place clean. The lady then responds to his word and walked towards the Mudong sect people. The Mudong sect master then stand up, and as he was going to attack by unstealing his sword, the lady then throw a chain at him and binds him completely with it. She then bang him on the floor and the master fall unconscious. By seeing this, all the disciples starts running by saying that Chel Gi Meng is here. As the lady was going to chase them, the general told the lady to stop, as the disciples will be a good way for spreading the fear of the name Chel Gi Meng to the people. Afterwards we can again see Pung Ya's master. He has take the sword from Pung Ya and run with it. The master lost Pung Ya as he ran faster. He then look at his surroundings and see that not only Pung Ya is missing but the whole village street is empty. A man from his house window told the master to hide if he has no wish for dying. The master gets confused by hearing the man's words. While the master was standing and talking to the man, Chel Gi Meng has arrived in front of the master. In the meanwhile, we can see Pung Ya was passing through a crowd. There he met with a disciple of the Mudong sect. The disciple told everyone to run away as the Chel Gi Meng is coming. By hearing the name Chel Gi Meng, Pung Ya asked the disciple about their location, and by hearing it he quickly run over there. As the master and the general of the Chel Gi Meng comes face to face, they starts to argue and the situation gets tense. As they were to start the fight, Pung Ya has reached the place. As the master see Pung Ya's arrival, he thought that if he starts the fighting now, Pung Ya might caught up in it and die. So he quickly apologized to the general and leave the place running. As Pung Ya saw his master running, he also followed him. The master goes to a field and then climbs up a tree. As Pung Ya has not arrived yet, the master gets mad and he thinks to remove Pung Ya from his disciple. At last Pung Ya has arrived and he greets his master. The master angrily said to Pung Ya that he has left him to train and he was roaming with girls. Pung Ya then stand there in a sorry face. The master then drops that topic and told Pung Ya that along with the Jiamgung Hobo technique he will teach Pung Ya his next lesson. Pung Ya replies that he want to learn the next lesson, but first he wants to fight the Chel Gi Meng, to take revenge for his fallen brothers, and asked the master to give him the white tiger sword. By hearing this, the master burst into laughter, and told that he would die in an instant. The master also told that all the fights he has fought and won was because the white tiger sword was helping him. The master then said that if he really want to go he can go, but he cannot take the sword with him. By saying this, the master then comes down of the tree and launches an attack with a stick and makes a huge hole on a stone. Pung Ya was shocked and asked the name of the technique. The master said that the technique is called Jiamgung Tan. He also said that he will hand over the sword to Pung Ya if he is able to master Jiamgung Tan. Afterwards we can see the master has gone to a blacksmith to get some swords for Pung Ya. In the meanwhile, Pung Ya is training the Diamond Tan technique. He is trains very hard to the point that he got so tired that he fell on the ground. In the next morning he can see Pung Ya is meditating. Pung Ya was practicing so hard that he forget how many days has passed. As he feels so hungry, he gets up and eat the wild strawberry. While he was eating, he saw a big brown bear comes towards him, roaring out of anger. As the bear comes to Pung Ya, the bear attacks him, but was able to dodge it. Pung Ya was trying not to fight the bear, but the bear attacks Pung Ya in the stomach and sent him flying backwards. Pung Ya quickly defends the attack. He did not receive any major damage from the attack. Pung Ya then thinks about the reason behind the bear's angry, and he quickly found the reason by seeing a bear club hanging on the tree. As the bear comes closer, Pung Ya take his sword and performs the Diamond Tan technique, but the bear attacks his hand, and the sword fly away from Pung Ya's hand. He then dashes towards the bear and performs the diamond tan technique with the other sword he has. The attacks cuts the bear's face, but the bear attacks Pung Ya and fell on the ground. As the bear was going to finish Pung Ya, the bear cub comes to the mother and the bear stops the attack. The bear cub was set free as Pung Ya's attack cuts the chain that was holding the bear cub. Then the bear come away with its cub. Pung Ya was happy that he was able to perform the diamond tan technique. In the meanwhile the master come. As he saw Pung Ya very happy, he told him not to be very happy with a small hole like this. The master then appreciates Pung Ya's talent, and gives Pung Ya 4 new swords and told Pung Ya to practice with the 6 swords he have. Pung Ya then said that he is unable to properly master the 2 swords, and how he is able to master the 6 of them. The master then told Pung Ya not to be so weak-spirited and said after master the diamond tan technique with the 6 swords he also have to master the white tiger sword. Pung Ya replied that he has to participate in the martial arts alliance and have to recover the other mission divine swords. The master then shouts and told Pung Ya that, with his current state, he couldn't even find the azure dragon sword. By hearing this Pung Ya asked the master if he knows the whereabouts of the divine swords. The replied that he knows the location to the 2 swords and he is unable to get any info about the vermilion bird sword. He also said that the black tortoise sword is in a far more dangerous place than the azure dragon sword, so it's better not to know even if you could go. And the azure dragon sword is hidden deeply in the secret place of an evil and powerful being that you can't handle yet. He then told Pung Ya to leave the thoughts aside and come with him with the 6 swords. Then Pung Ya starts to master the diamond tan technique with the 6 swords under the master's guidance. Then after few days to training, Pung Ya was able to master the diamond tan technique. Afterwards we can see Pung Ya has gone to the evil sheep place to get recruited in the martial arts alliance. Pung Ya then gets into the martial arts alliance. He along with some of the disciples recruited by the alliance are given a room to rest. All the disciples in the room were talking to each other but everyone was neglecting Pung Ya for his messy clothes. Then a boy come and introduced himself as Hun, and said to all the people in the room that they will be joining the Blade Storm group lead up the Master Jinin. He also says that after dinner they will be moving to the goddess. Hun is Pung Ya's sect senior brother, so Pung Ya went to Hun to say hi to him but Hun ignores Pung Ya and leave the place. As Pung Ya was closing the door he heard a voice calling his name. As he look outside he see a girl and recognize her as his sect senior sister named Yin Seong. Then they both exchange their greetings. Then at the nighttime when Pung Ya was training alone, a lady come near him and starts to watch Pung Ya's training. At first the lady was disappointed at Pung Ya's martial arts level and was about to take her leave. While she was leaving she felt a chilling aura under her feet. She then again looked at Pung Ya. The lady was surprised to see that Pung Ya, a mere disciple, was able to perform the secret technique of the Palm Blossom sect, that even the masters of the sect finds difficult to perform. The lady then thinks of Pung Ya as a genius. After that she shouted at Pung Ya to stop at once, and while walking towards him, she asked the Pung Ya from whom he learned the technique. Pung Ya replied that he did not learn it from anyone, rather while he was refining the fire form it emerges with it, and he mixed it with his technique. He also apologized to the lady. By hearing this the lady said in a angry how dare he is to modify and imitate the Tei mysterious palm. After that the lady said that she is impressed, and told Pung Ya that he has been very careless. If anyone would see this he would be as big trouble. The lady then gave Pung Ya a necklace. Pung Ya take the necklace and asked that is this. The lady replied that someone has told her to give it to him. As Pung Ya asked for that someone's identity, the lady said that he will eventually know. The lady also said that after seeing the grand display of his talent she is curious to see how far Pung Ya will grow. Then she takes her leave by saying that they will meet again. In the morning we can see Pung Ya is talking with lady. She said to Pung Ya that after she returned from her mission, she heard that he leave the mountain. She also told Pung Ya that if he has went down with an object, and the disciple and forces are looking for him. She asked Pung Ya what the hell he has done. The lady said that she was assigned to the divine female attack team, and if he need any help he should call her. Pung Ya then asked the lady if she is helping him for the pendant that the master gave him. But the lady answered that she is helping him because of the necklace. Then we can see that the lady that saved Pung Ya from the inspection unit guys sent this lady. The lady then start to explain Pung Ya how he would survive in the upcoming war. The lady said that at the front of the battle will be the Sword Wind team led by Senate True Man and the Plum Blossom Sword Master Howen. And they will be followed by the Guyong clan, and the comrades of the Namgung clan will follow. Above all, the elite masters of the Shaman sect, who will be the greatest strength in this battle, will take up the rear. You should definitely position yourself at the rear with the Shaman faction on the battlefield. And there will be a person there, who might be even stronger than the combined strength of everyone now. A figure riding a giant black horse. If want to live, you should never leave that person's side. Even at a very small age, the people in the inner quarters have already started calling him the Demon Sword. Perhaps, he might be the greatest warrior in existence. That person's name is Myung Kyung. After a few minutes of ride they have come to a bamboo forest. While they were resting, a message came that the Martial Arts Alliance is struggling fighting with the Iron Flage Alliance. Then the Master of Mount Hua said that they have to help their comrades, and capture the Iron Flage Alliance's stronghold in Shinwu. The Master said that this bamboo forest is the optimal place to infiltrate the west gate of Shinwu, but there is also a very high risk of getting ambushed in there. The Master then plans to send a reconnaissance team of 10 people, and said the first volunteer to step forward. Everyone was very scared to step forward as the chance of dying there is double. But Pung Ya showed huge courage and stepped forward. By seeing Pung Ya stepping forward, a Shaman sect disciple mocks the Mount Hua sect by saying that a mere disciple has taken the first step. By hearing this, the senior Hun said to Pung Ya that it's an important mission to support each other's backs in life and death situations. It's not a situation for someone like you to step forward. He then announced that he will take the lead. After that, many other disciples raised their hands, and the count of the team goes up to 9. One more person is needed for the team to be complete. Pung Ya then asked Senior Hun for a chance, but Hun said Pung Ya to shut up, and asked for the last candidate to raise the hand. Pung Ya was standing with a saddened face, and the demon sword, Myong Jeong, looked at Pung Ya and noticed from this Tron clothes that Pung Ya has trained unknown mystic arts. He also noticed the white tiger sword on Pung Ya's back, and he became interested in Pung Ya's skills. So he advised Hun to take Pung Ya with them. Hun then does as the demon sword says, and told Pung Ya to join them, and also warned Pung Ya that if someone has faced trouble because of him, he will immediately abandon Pung Ya. Then the 10 of them went into the bamboo forest. After covering some distance, Hun told everyone to stop and be on guard. Then suddenly a man with 2 pickaxes in his hand attacked Hun, but Hun swings his sword and slashes the guy in half. Then 2 other men has ambushed him. One throws a chain at him, but he used his sword to catch the chain and pull the man close to him and knock his out with a kick. He also defeat the other guy easily. Hun then shouted that they have been ambushed and told the other disciples to follow his lead. The disciples gets fired up by seeing the amazing display of skill from Hun. Hun then rushed and single-handedly kills all the enemy. All the disciples along with Pung Ya was following Hun. But suddenly Pung Ya said to all the disciples to be careful and defend. He also said that they need to form a formation here and prepare for attack. By hearing Pung Ya's word, all the disciples laugh at him and said how a mere disciple is ordering them. Hun then said to Pung Ya that if he tries to lower the spirit of the disciples, he won't forgive him. Pung Ya then told Hun to look forward and said that the aura from this man is completely different from the previous guys. Then we can see an old man is standing in a tree branch with a head of a disciple in his hand. The man said that they had crawled here like maggots. Afterwards he threw the head on the ground, and said that he will kill all of them. Before the man starts his attack, he introduced himself as the White Sword Heavenly Demon, Zhongli Gung. Everyone was in a panic after hearing his name because the White Sword Heavenly Demon is the infamous leader of the White Sword Heavenly Demon Group. WHO caused havoc in the 4 Seas 20 years ago. He is also known for his mercilessness that spares no opponents. He has been recognized as a great martial arts figure for over a decade. It was also said that the master of the White Sword Heavenly Demon, Zhongli Gung, surpassed the leaders of other martial arts schools. The disciples were shaken to their core, and wanted to retreat. But they were surrounded by the Heavenly Demon Group guys. Then Senior Hun shouted that Mount Hua never retreat, and said that he will attack Zhongli Gung and told the others to handle the rest. By saying this, he rushed towards Zhongli Gung. Pung Ya sensed something bad, and his purple cloud true spirit warns that the person Senior Hun is attacking is far stronger than him. Pung Ya then shouted and told Senior Hun to not approach that person. But the disciples near him told that not be concerned about Senior Hun, and help them fighting the underlings of the Heavenly Demon Group. While the Senior Hun was approached Zhongli Gung, 2 of his underlings attacked Hun, but was able to kill them easily by performing the technique Plum Blossom 24/. Meanwhile, Pung Ya unleashed his Jiangunghobo technique to fight the White Sword Heavenly Demon Group underlings, and he successfully managed to knock out some to them. By seeing this, the disciples get surprised. Pung Ya then told the disciples to take care of the rest and head towards Senior Hun. As the Senior He One was killing the guys of the Heavenly Demon Group, their leader Zhongli Gung gets interested in him and wants to personal fight him. When they both come face to face, Zhongli Gung said to He One that if entertains him, he will draw his another sword to fight him. He One told him to shut up and starts to attack him. Zhongli Gung was easily blocking his all attacks with his long sword. He then starts to find an opening in Zhongli Gung and found that his lower part was full of opening. He then kneels down and attacked Zhongli Gung legs, but Zhongli Gung take out his other long sword and block the attack. As Zhongli Gung was about to cut the head to He One with his long sword, Pung Ya attacks him with his Diamond Tan technique and makes a hole in his sword and cuts his face. Zhongli Gung then laughed at Pung Ya and said that he is even more interesting, and also said bring the sword to him. After attacking Zhongli Gung, Pung Ya told Senior He One to step back. The senior stepped back as Pung Ya's words. Zhongli Gung then said to Pung Ya that interfering in a one-on-one fight is against the rules of Muram. Regardless of Zhongli Gung's word, Pung Ya attacks him. Senior He One was a bit surprised to see the strength of Pung Ya's attack, and the type of technique he is using is completely different from the techniques of Mount Hua. Zhongli Gung defended Pung Ya's attack with ease and asked Pung Ya if this power is his own or the White Tiger swords. Zhongli Gung then attacks Pung Ya by saying that he wants to see the toughness of the sword. By taking Zhongli Gung attack, Pung Ya was pushed backward, and from the pressure of Zhongli Gung's attack, Pung Ya's hand starts to bleed. By seeing this, Senior He One attacks Zhongli Gung with his Plum Blossom 24 sword technique. As Zhongli Gung defends He One attack, Pung Ya also attacks him. Then both of them starts to attack Zhongli Gung together. After few clashes of swords, Pung Ya unleashed a powerful attack and sent Zhongli Gung flying backwards and also break one of his long sword in half. Zhongli Gung then gets angry, and as he was going to attack with his full power, the rest of the disciples along with the masters of Mount Hua come. By seeing the master of Mount Hua, Zhongli Gung told his underlings to retreat. According to their master's order, they starts to flee. The master of Mount Hua then orders his disciples to caught them. The disciples then starts to run after Zhongli Gung, and they come to a deeper place into the bamboo forest. There they see Zhongli Gung. He was sitting on a stone. Zhongli Gung then told the master of Mount Hua, "Let's fight in spacious place." The master replied to Zhongli Gung that will he be able to win against him. Zhongli Gung then told that he is not the person they should be facing today. As Jongle Gung says these words, we can see the whole group of Chel Gi Meng has come from the bamboo forest. The Chel Gi Meng guys surrounded the Mount Hua people. The master to the Chel Gi Meng group goes to Zhongli Gung and told him to handle the disciples to Mount Hua and he will go and take down the masters. Then Zhongli Gung replied that how dare he is to order him, and told him that if he thinks himself something special from wearing some armor and riding a horse. By hearing this, the red-haired lady told Zhongli Gung in an angry face that, what the hell is he saying, and if he had a death wish. The lady then gets ready to attack him. By seeing this, the master of Chel Gi Meng stopped the lady and said her that he is not an enemy she can handle, and also told her to channel her anger to the Mount Hua disciples. He then ordered the underlings to commence the attack. The underlings then rushed to attack the disciples of Mount Hua. The Chel Gi Meng master also starts to move and he was easily killing the disciples with his iron spiked club. As the master Hao Un of Mount Hua saw that, he rushed there and blocks the attack of Chel Gi Meng master. On the other hand, the disciples of Mount Hua was unable to inflict any damage to the Chel Gi Meng guys, because of their armor. As the disciples were getting killed, Master Dong Guillaume found a way of killing them, and told the other disciples to aim for the weak joints on the armor. Then the red-haired lady throws her chain and grabs the neck of Dong Guillaume. But he catch her chain and drag her towards him. As he was going to finish her, she starts to beg Dong Guillaume to have mercy on her. By hearing the words of the woman, Dong Guillaume let his guard down a little bit, and in the split of a second a sword come out of the lady's hand and struck Dong Guillaume's abdomen. The lady then said to Dong Guillaume that in a war trickery is a simple thing. The lady then mocks him. Dong Guillaume then told the lady to finish him quickly. Pung Ya and Senior He One saw this, and as they were going to help Dong Gyeom, their way gets blocked by Zhongli Gung. Meanwhile, as the lady was going to cut Dong Guillaume's head, the shaman master Myung Kyung comes and grabs the lady's hand tightly and tears her hand. He then ordered the shaman disciples to kill all the Chel Gi Meng guys. The disciples then join the battle and starts killing the enemies. Myung Kyung then takes a sprint position and rushed towards Chel Gi Meng master's horse and pushed the horse. As he pushed the horse, the master of Chel Gi Meng fell from the horse and Myung Kyung killed him. As the other disciples saw Myung Kyung killed the enemy's master, they become a bit relieved and cheers for Myung Kyung's victory. After that, Myung Kyung told Zhongli Gung that he has no plan to use guerrilla warfare and told him to rest and gather his energy. By hearing this, Zhongli Gung asked Myung Kyung in an angry face that what he had just said. Myung Kyung then starts to walk towards Zhongli Gung. While he was walking, he asked Pung Ya about his name. While Myung Kyung was walking towards Zhongli Gung, one of his underlings attacks Myung Kyung. But Myung Kyung noticed it and cut him into 4 pieces. Pung Ya then introduced himself to Myung Kyung. Myung Kyung also gave his introduction that he is Myung Kyung and he is from the Shaman clan. He then told Zhongli Gung that he saw him in the martial arts tournament. But Zhongli Gung replied that how dare an insolent brat like him, whose name he has never heard about, stand in front of him. He also told to Myung Kyung that today he will teach him a lesson. Myung Kyung then looked at Zhongli Gung and then told him to gather his energy a bit more. Myung Kyung then closed his eyes and starts to release his energy. As he starts to release his energy, Zhongli Gung starts to feel uncomfortable. Myung Kyung then opened his eyes and looked at Zhongli Gung. After that, Zhongli Gung found himself at a vast sea, and he saw the image of Myung Kyung that is far bigger than his. After a while he regained his consciousness and shouted at Myung Kyung that how a young man like him has so much inner power. He then takes stand to attack Myung Kyung by saying that he will not fall for his petty trick. He attacks Myung Kyung with his white horse techniques, but Myung Kyung dodges all of his attacks easily. Pung Ya was impressed to see Myung Kyung's skills. The sword that he even cannot follow properly, Myung Kyung is dodging them effortlessly. Myung Kyung then launched his first attack, and from that attack he sent Zhongli Gung backwards, and said to him that the battle will be over soon from the status of his sword. but Zhongli Gung ignores his words and attacks him. Myung Kyung then slashes Zhongli Gung's sword and his sword crumbles apart. But Myung Kyung didn't know that a surprise was waiting for him. As Zhongli Gung's sword crumbles, another thin sword comes from the longsword. The thin sword was so flexible that it bends and lands an attack on Myung Kyung. Zhongli Gung gets happy to see Myung Kyung being attacked and told him that a battle is not just about wielding power. But his happiness didn't last long as he saw that Myung Kyung catches the sword before it pierces his body. Myung Kyung then breaks Zhongli Gung's sword and attack him and cut one of his arms. And said that he always comes victorious from a battlefield. By hearing Myung Kyung's statement, Zhongli Gung said that cutting one arm is not the end of the battle. As he was talking, Myung Kyung also cuts one of his legs and he fell on the ground. Myung Kyung then finishes off the life of Zhongli Gung. Then we can see, after the battle finished with Zhongli Gung and Chel Gi Meng group, the whole Mount Hua and Shaman guys went to the stronghold of the enemy and there they battle with the enemies and killed all of them and has taken the palace in their control under 1 hour. In this fierce battle the Mount Hua also lost some of their precious disciples. At the end of the battle the Master Hao Un was congratulating Senior He One for handling the white sword heavenly demon and prevent the death of many disciples. But at that moment Senior He One thinks about Pung Ya, that he has achieved many things in this war. Senior He One then told all of the people present that he has broken the rules of Mount Hua, as he has taken help in an one-on-one fight. So he declares that he will lay down the plum blossom sword.